Alright, this is a 2012 Jeep Wrangler. It's lifted. I'm going to do a O2 sensor replacement on the right bank. Here's a new O2 sensor. First thing you're going to want to do is get inside this fender well and remove the inner fender well. There's a 10mm bolt. Comes off of here. Sorry. Right in there. And mine's cut, but you can just pop it out. Move it out of the way. There's your upper O2 sensor and your lower O2 sensors in the back there. Now, what I did was I made sure the O2 sensors were the same, the ones that I bought. Right now I'm just replacing the downstream O2 sensor, which is that one back there. What I did was I located the plug and the wires, and I cut the wires so that you can fit the box end of a wrench over it. I'm going to try that right now. Okay, so this is fairly easy. You can see the wrench upside down so that the wrench is curved down. It's pretty tight in here, and it's a long wrench. It's a 7/8. That's a combination wrench, and once you put it on that O2 sensor, you can break it free. I actually had to use a second wrench because it's they tend to seize up. You got to put a lot of torque on to get them off, but that's getting it off. Okay, here's a new part. It's a new O2 sensor. Comes with a little bag of never seize. I don't recommend touching the actual sensor, the metal tip. Here's the old one. As you can see, I cut it in half. Fit the box end over. Just like that. Didn't ding it up too bad, but she came out. Now the new one, I'm going to apply the never seize to the threads right there, and carefully reinstall back in the same hole. Alright, as you can see, trying not to make it so blurry, jumpy. Apologize, this is taken on my phone. But good amount of never seize. Trying to get any on the sensor. Probably too much. It's a little sloppy, but who cares? Okay, so there's a new sensor put in place. The wiring in the connector is going to fight you a little bit as you're threading it in, but I think there's only like 3 or 4 threads to go in. It's not too bad. Once you're done with that, torque it up best you can with the open end. Obviously you can't cut this one and put a wrench on it, so I recommend maybe a crow's foot and an extension would be a little easier. I don't have one, so I'm going to use the open end of a 7/8 combination wrench. And then plug back into the sensor socket up there, and there's a little clip where you hang the remaining wires right up in there to keep it out of the way. Okay, so I take that back. Didn't want to cooperate, but I got it. I just had to make my own custom wrench. I had a cheap wrench, an extra 7/8. I just bent the head a little bit, and it worked. So now it's just back on. And all you got to do is hook that connector back up, tie up the wire, you're good to go.